Hello, 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 and welcome back to another DIY. My name is Sandrine. Hi. So in today's video, we are going to be turning this men's shirt that I think I got from Walgreens into a high waist, one shoulder swimsuit. So all you guys going to need is the shirts, some scissors, needle and thread, and any swimsuit that you want to trace out. Or you can just do it from scratch, but this is how I'm doing it. So first thing first, I made this carnival swimsuit bottom a while back ago. So I'm going to use this as the shape because this is the only high waist one that I have. So all I'm doing is using some pins to just trace it out so that when I start cutting, I don't mess up. I did make it a little higher than the original because the swimsuit can easily be stretched out, but the t-shirt would not look the same. So that's why I just made it a little higher. You can do it however you want to do it. So next step, I have this crop top that I made a while back ago. So all I'm going to do is just trace it out the exact same way like how I did the bottom. Just place some pins around it just so that I can keep the shape of everything. Yep, and that's it. Just pinning, pinning, pinning. This is the easiest step. So I would suggest making it like moving the pins a little further away, because once you start cutting, if you do cut and you mess up, there's nothing that you can do about it. But if you cut it a little bit too big, then you can just easily adjust it. So that's what I did here. I did mess up a little bit, but I just fixed it at the end. So now I'm just cutting out the shape. It looks good from afar. So yeah. So the next step is I'm just going to cut out the top part of the swimsuit. So that's what I'm doing right here. I should have made it a little bit longer so that when I add elastic, it would fit well, but nothing I can do about it now. But that's just a little FYI. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Just cutting it out, cutting it. So while doing this, I was thinking about just leaving the top part. I decided to just flip it over so that the edges would match up because I didn't want to mess it up. So that's what I did right there. Now I'm just cutting off the collar so that it could just be a simple, kind of like a t-shirt top. So that's what I'm doing right here. Yep. If you want, you can just leave it just the way it is and then just sew the sides, and it still will look good with the bottom, but I went a little extra. So this is how the top and the bottom look after I finished cutting them out. It does look a little big from what you guys see on the floor, but trust me, I tried it on and it fit perfectly. So I'm glad I didn't keep on cutting. So the next step is a little bit confusing because I didn't know what I was doing at first, but it worked out in the end. So all I'm going to do is separate the swimsuit bottom. So the top part, so the swimsuit that I traced out in the beginning, All I'm gonna do is just put the t-shirt on top of this swimsuit and then just trace out the top layer, if that makes any sense. Because I already have the back of it, so now I just need the front of it. You're gonna see what it looks like after I finish cutting it. But just look at what I'm doing. I don't know how to explain this. Back of the swimsuit is supposed to be bigger than the front, so I'm just cutting off a little bit of the front, just putting it up first, matching the top part of the swimsuit. After I finish pinning it, I can't talk. After I finish pinning it, I'm just gonna flip it over so that the edges match up, and then exactly where the pin is, I'm just gonna cut exactly on the straight line around it. Yeah, I think I explained it pretty well. You're gonna see what I mean in a few minutes. In 2 seconds. I'm just making sure that I line up everything so when I start cutting, I don't mess anything up. So yeah. The scissors is very dull, so I keep going back over the same side over and over again. So that's why I'm just stuck right here. La 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 la. So that's how it looks. It does have this little V to it. So yeah, the bottom don't look too perfect, but it worked out pretty good. So that's how the both of them look. So the next step is actually the easiest step, but I totally messed up. I should have folded over the edges first before I sew them together. So I should have folded over the edges, add in the elastic at the waist, and then put the two sides together, just like what I'm doing right here, and then just sew it together. But I made it difficult for myself, so just a little heads up before you start following this step. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, just sewing the sides together. Oh, I end up not adding an elastic on the swimsuit bottom because it fits so well. So for the top, I end up cutting off one of the sleeve because I decided at the last minute to make it a one shoulder top. So that's what I just did, just cut it off. Simple as that. You don't need to measure it or anything like that. So next step, just sew the two edges together. Just sew it together and you're good. Just like that. For the top, I don't know what was going on in my mind, but I should have folded over all the edges before I started sewing everything together, but I guess I was just trying to hurry up and finish. But yeah, if I was supposed to redo this again, I would add an elastic at the bottom of the swimsuit and also at the top right there that I'm about to start sewing. Just straight across, just add a quick little elastic so that it would fit tighter up top and tighter at the bottom, because in the end it turned out a little bit too loose for my liking, but that can easily be fixed. So for the bottom, I just fold over the edges, the top edges, and then I'm just going to sew it together. I forgot to put in the elastic, but that doesn't really matter. So this is how everything turned out. I hope you guys like this video, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye.